Vasana is carrying my heir.
Your heir? You were in my room last night.
Plans change.
You promised we would be crowned together. I gave you 10 years, half my power, and every victory you call yours. That ring belonged to my mother.
Not anymore. It fits me so much better, don't you think?
Press her down onto the altar.
Give them your blessing.
Never.
One blessing, Lyra. Then this ends peacefully.
Peacefully. You kissed my sister in my wedding hall. Your blessing will make my son the strongest king in history.
You're stealing from me again.
I'm securing the kingdom.
Mother, if any part of you is still inside that ring, come back to me. My daughter. You said I was never your daughter. Then why does the dead Empress call me hers?
Because that ring is cursed. A dead woman's magic proves nothing. 25 years ago, soldiers found an abandoned infant at the border. Out of mercy, I brought her into the palace. She was never of my blood.
You know the truth. You were there when my mother's ring first accepted me.
The Emperor has spoken.
Tell them who healed you after your first battle. Tell them who gave you the fire inside your sword.
My victories are mine.
She's attacking the royal heir!
There is no heir.
Stand down.
Lyra Vale has been corrupted by the Abyss. She is no saint. She is a witch.
Throw the witch into the Abyss. Who threw my bride into my...
She saved every one of you!
Servants don't speak at royal executions.
Leave her alone! Did you ever love me?
Not more than I love the throne. Take your false mother with you.
One day you'll kneel before everything you stole from me.
Who threw my bride into my kingdom? The first flame. After 1,000 years, they finally threw you to me.
Touch my power and I'll kill you.
Good. You should have carried a blade to your wedding.
Who are you?
The monster your priests blame for every crime they commit.
No. My mother died from illness.
Your father gave her to the temple, then stole her throne, her child, and her fire.
Why should I believe you?
You shouldn't. Believe what you prove yourself. Marry me. Return as the queen they should have feared.
And what do you get?
Freedom. And the pleasure of watching your war god beg. The first flame. After 1,000 years, they finally threw you to me.
Touch my power and I'll kill you.
Good. You should have carried a blade to your wedding.
Who are you?
The monster your priests blame for every crime they commit.
No. My mother died from illness.
Your father gave her to the temple, then stole her throne, her child, and her fire.
Why should I believe you?
You shouldn't. Believe what you prove yourself. Marry me. Return as the queen they should have feared.
And what do you get?
Freedom. And the pleasure of watching your war god beg.
I just escaped one man who used me. I won't marry another.
Kill him, then decide whether I lied.
I'm not your executioner.
You have your mother's eyes. She screamed your name when we lit the fire!
The Emperor should have killed you with her.
The Emperor should have killed you with her!
Her mother begged you to save her. You never came.
Did my mother ask you for help? Answer me.
Yes.
Did my mother ask you for help?
Yes.
Why didn't you save her?
Because your mother's husband helped the gods chain me here.
1 year. No commands, no ownership, no lies.
Either of us can leave. May I? Use her fire to free the king, then kill the human.
The next man who calls me a tool loses more than a title.
Now make them kneel. What did you do?
Lyra cursed it before she died.
Your Highness, there is no child. There will be once everyone believes there is.
Lyra's curse is killing our baby.
Bring Lyra back. You ordered her death.
Let him learn what pain feels like.
A human bride commands no army.
I don't need a crown no one respects. 3 death trials. I pass, your army kneels.
Why save me?
Because I'm building a kingdom, not becoming another tyrant.
Kill your servant, or surrender your claim.
She isn't my servant. She's my family. Vespera! She sold me to the slavers to confirm if you were still alive.
Let the feast enter!
The trial is over. Now yours begin.
Abbess Noble!
Sovereign.
Open the gate. We're going to my wedding.
Lyra?
You can keep the man. You don't get to wear my mother. She attacked the air!
Touch my wife again. I'll keep the hand.
She is still my bride!
Then why is she wearing mine?
Long live Queen Lyra!
You wanted me on my knees. Look around. Your army serves its true queen.
He controls her. This marriage is fake!
Then prove it isn't.
She's just using the Abyss, Marley, for revenge.
Your choice? I do.
Captain!
No! She was mine!
And you threw me away. I didn't come back for your apology. I came for what's mine!
What are you doing?
Taking back your first victory. This is where you wanted me. How does it feel? My baby! My baby!
Arrest her!
Even now, you still choose the lie.
By sacred law, when a divine heir is threatened, the trial of the divine womb must be held. At sunrise, if the princess carries the war god's true heir, Lady Lyra shall burn at the stake for harming divine lineage. Rise, one sister will leave as queen, the other will burn. At sunrise, one sister will leave as queen, the other will burn.
Then wear something flammable. That isn't a heartbeat. It's an echo.
You lied about my child?
I did it because I love you! She did it because she wanted my crown. I had no choice! Cassian can't give any woman an heir. Your war god is infertile.
No heirs. No heirs.
Take it back!
You married me for an army. I married you for a crown. Don't pretend this was love.
Cassian and Viscera continue to maintain a nominal marriage to stabilize the Empire's situation.
Cassian deliberately lowered his voice and tossed Lyra a private deal proposal. Promised to keep Tween Vesta title confidential, allowing Lyra to restore her status as a saint while residing in a private palace.
You threw the woman you love into a pit.
You're the woman I love. She's only politics. My make spotas quimit we aren't.
You don't get two wives because you regret losing the useful one.
Ask my wife to share your bed again. I want everyone to hear your last mistake. Ask my wife to share your bed again. I want everyone to hear your last mistake.
You are just an abandoned woman, exploited by the Abyss King.
The prophecy has begun.
What did she do to you?
Nothing. The Abyss King is dying because he loves you.
Don't touch me.
Once the first spark and the King of the Abyss fall in true love, divine punishment will pierce Azrael's heart. Every touch, kiss, or contract resonation accelerates death. There is no us. The marriage was a transaction.
Look at me and say you never cared.
You were a key. Nothing more.
Then find another key.
Hate me. Just live. Fuck you. I told you to leave.
Cassian abandoned me for power. You're abandoning me for my own good. Both of you decided I couldn't choose.
I don't...
You don't get to leave me to protect me.
I love you. That is exactly why you must survive me.
Mara found the way. The old wedding chamber. Beneath it, a temple vault. The seal needs Cassia's blood. You, stay alive. I'll steal the book. What were you hiding from her? Miss your old bed? I'm here for something valuable. So not Cassius. You stole my wedding.
No armies, no kings. Just us. I made a mistake. But everything I did was to secure our future.
You built that future on my funeral.
Leave, Azil. I'll restore your title.
You're not sorry you betrayed me. You're sorry I survived. Try again. This time I won't stop at the fabric.
Azil isn't different from me. Tell her. Tell her you knew I would betray her.
First flame awakens through the betrayal of her greatest love. You could have warned me.
Changing the vision could have killed you.
So you let them destroy me?
The seal can only be broken if the first flame awakens. I thought I was only using fate, until I truly loved you.
One man used my power. The other used my pain.
Lyra, come home.
Neither of you is my home. Go back to your kings. I choose neither.
Your war brought monsters here!
Then I'll help you end it.
I have been ordered to bring him back to the capital.
Under the orders of Azrael, I am tasked with secretly protecting the Queen.
Tell Cassian I'm not his prisoner. Tell Azalea I'm not his prophecy.
Armies, no strength. She drove away the army. Who will protect us? Monsters! The monsters have breached the defense line!
Close the gates behind me. Hold the outer retreat and don't come in. I carried a war god for 10 years. Tonight, carry each other.
Our queen.
Surrender the traitor, or I burn every person behind those walls. She instigated rebellion and betrayed the Empire.
This is where you killed her.
Your mother chose love over power. She died for it. And so will you.
Lyra is my firstborn, and the lawful heir to the Aurelius throne. The ring chooses its heir. Lyra is my firstborn. She is the lawful heir. I am his chosen daughter! Because he couldn't control the real one.
Fire!
He chose her.
I know.
If she dies, the entire city dies with her.
Marry me. I have the half of Lyra you need.
You have nothing I want.
They're out. Except with your protection with you. Once you hold me up, Elizabeth.
I saw what happened. I don't need you to explain another man's betrayal. My sister lost her war god. Now she's lost her Abyss King too. We will hold a wedding ceremony with Azrael in the Abyss. I had no bespadders Erismael Ferians.
Not publicly denying the wedding, but actually planning it. preparing to use the wedding magic rain to extract the spark. Must mind over Cassian and Mara.
Willing to cooperate. The final decision must be in one's own hands. Curtsying about. You stole my first wedding. I came to ruin yours. First Cassius, now Azrael. Maybe men simply prefer me. Then let me bless you. You can steal a dress. You can't steal what chooses me.
Tell your queen what you promised us. Her fire in exchange for your throne.
I wanted the deed as well in the dealing too. Get one to Hyle promised. Azrael will deliver the first flame.
You wrote my life into a deal before you knew my name.
I never intended to give you to them.
Cassian said he never intended to hurt me either. Every man says the secret was for my protection. Every secret still puts me on the altar.
Choose for yourself.
Put on the crown, temporarily taking the place of the Queen of the Abyss.
She has terminated her engagement. Even Cassian is no good. His strength is declining.
Marry me. Not for love. For the kingdoms.
You finally learned to say it honestly.
Accept the marriage alliance! Otherwise we cannot protect you!
I refuse.
If we don't get married within 3 days, we'll give up the border town!
This time I'm choosing you.
You're not choosing me. You're choosing the kingdom I can save.
I would give you all my power.
I would rather lose 2 kingdoms than marry you again. I will establish a temporary council composed of civilians, soldiers, and representatives from the Abyss. You rejected 2 kings. I chose a god.
At my wedding, your father will be executed, and you will be blamed.
Shiveza razado it to fits preserved in a verse on Lyra's orders. The Emperor murdered the first queen on Lyra's orders.
You are still my daughter!
You remembered too late.
Matt!
This is the mortal they called a god?
He was useful once.
Declare war on Lyra. I'll make you a war god again.
You always choose the throne.
Trust me one last time.
You betrayed one bride. Did you think you could betray a god? I tried to make it right.
A last-minute rescue doesn't erase a lifetime of choices.
I thought success would excuse the lie.
That is what you thought it at our wedding.
I am willing to follow your orders as an ordinary soldier.
I accept your army, but this is not forgiveness.
I admit to participating in the death of the Queen. It's Malrek. He designed the fire torture. I will erase his name and memory forever at dawn.
What is your order?
We invade heaven. Earn the right to carry it. Cassian! Hold the civilian passage! Do not approach Azray!
The memory will be stripped. He will forget everything.
Who are you?
Someone you once gave a choice. Cassian! Get back! He never controlled me. I won't control him now. You gave this to me, then you let me leave. That is why I came back.
She is nothing to you. Kill her!
Then why does losing her feel familiar? My queen.
Not yet.
Bring forth our vessel.
The divine child inside you was never an heir. It is a living key. Drain your life and magic.
You said I would be queen!
You were a door.
Cassian! Please. I'm your sister. You remembered too late.
The true Vettel was always the first flame.
No more men deciding who dies for me.
Lyra always gets saved. I had to save myself.
What you call survival is nothing but constantly pushing others onto the altar.
I have never carried your child. Nor have I ever truly loved you. I just need the title of the wife of the god of war. This power is mine. So is the risk.
Choose your throne, and choose which man dies.
Shas the Azrael the Termi Mumbio Shonyu. Shas Cassian Thray. Sishung Vespera Zanung U Azrael Yongyuan Tonja Shenyuan.
I am done choosing between cages.
Cut off their retreat! Ah!
Let go of me!
Not this time.
The High Priest, underground. I ordered the death of the first queen. I forged the bloodline of Lyra Vale. I persecuted my own daughter.
I was the girl you saved from a battlefield.
If I had chosen you...
You did choose.
Did I lose you?
I was the wife who stood in a bridal chamber. Everyone I was, I gave to you already.
No contract but this.
Then this is enough.